3 match overall, winning in their second defense phase, so second phase overall. And with how Consulate plays, I believe the two maps are very similar, Bank and Consulate. So I want to see if we see the same, uncomfortableness with vertical play and Rain as we did previously. I want to see if LetsFetz, I believe this is their map, playing different strats now that it's a map of their choosing, it's a map of their choice. And I want to see as to how this kind of fans out, and is there differences in adapting to the other team now they kind of know how each other plays, and if there's going to be some cleaning up to the shortcomings of either sides.
Now we see the bands come out. We've got a Jackal, Hibana, Valkyrie and Pulse, and we'll see LetsFetz starting on the attack again, which is interesting. So that means they banned the Hibana and the Valkyrie. Valkyrie makes a lot of sense. The Pulse ban coming out from the defenders of Rain also makes a lot of sense, because you touched on the fact that they don't like to play vertically. Pulse is a very vertically favoured operator.
Absolutely, and we have Jackal being taken off the board, which is eliminating. We saw a lot of plays from King Bentix explicitly with the whole roam clearing and utilizing the trackling and really kind of snuffing out the sporadic pattern you saw from Rain's roaming patterns.
Sure, and look at for a top floor, and I believe this is the first Consulate we've seen on stream. I think it might be the first I've casted across NA and EU, so this should be interesting. But we'll see if the Nomad brought out, and Nomad wasn't played to my knowledge, or played very little on Bank, and I'm not too sure why, because Bank and Consulate are very similar, as you said. And Nomad's going to be used here, obviously, to block off the 3 main staircases. You've got the Spiral, Yellow, and, of course, Visa Stairs.
Absolutely, and now that you mentioned the newer operators, we did not see any play from Kayet or Nomad at all in the previous map. And that was something that come across me as strange because of the fact that Bank has so many hatches. So I want to see, especially with Nomad and air jabs, how the diffuser is going to play that into effect. But here we have very first 15 seconds, Geo's already upstairs at long desk at the top of Spiral. They're droning him in. They're doing a great job at really droning in their fraggers. Now the site is going to be main lobby piano, but here we have King Bentix, the Nomad of LetsFetz, kind of pushing from the other side. They have, for Rain, Intense Deletion kind of contesting here, but he's between the two operators. Will succumb to some shots. The injure will go down. That's Buck. That is a huge amount of vertical play off the board. He's still sitting at 3/4 of his health. He didn't lose too much from that interaction, and now that's a body in the way for Rain. He still has control over Bathroom and the top of Yellow Stairs. He's very much so viciously getting droned out here, but time is being wasted. No one seems to be kind of backing up, but Maestro seems to be injured down at the bottom of Yellow. Jaeger is in the connector, will peek, shots will connect, however, no one will be injured or killed. A Twitch drone will ultimately finish off the Maestro. That's the Evil Eyes now off the board. Huge for such a site, but Intense is going to be kind of playing to support his Jaeger here, speaking of which, does get eliminated by the Thermite. So now we have a 2-body or a 1-body advantage for LetsFetz while they take over top floor. Now Intense does rotate down to the mid-tier of Yellow Stairs, and I believe that's all the top control given over to LetsFetz, as they had Nomad on the rappel as the biggest portions, but I believe a Thermite charge may have just went off over the hatch of main lobby. It did. So we have the Echo with an ACOG kind of watching over. Castle's kind of peeking both sides while they're being droned out from the Thatcher on top of Spiral.
Right, so at this point you've got 40 seconds left and you have the hatch open, but not a lot of vertical play. That Buck gone. So they're going to have to muster something up. We'll actually see Legion on the Spiral Stairs might look to challenge. Actually, they might drop and go for the plant right now. And
now the Evil Eyes have been lost to Yo Kaiser there.
Legion with 2 big kills. One to the Thermite who was planted, one to the Thatcher who's on Spiral. And out Rain with a good first round of a defense so far. Still got 10 seconds left though, and the Nomad and Twitch have to push. They've picked up the view that I imagine will start going to the plan, and indeed they do. They have to get off. As Yokai shots come out, the views are getting stuck, but Yokai's going to win this for the defenders. And Echo, having his drone still alive, will deny the plant. And we will see LetsFetz lose the first round with HolyRayn picking it up. And that was just a good overall hold. They fell off when they needed to. That Legion played very passively when he needed to, but also very aggressively when he needed to.
I think overall that was a great demonstration of how to defend that site. I mean, the Evil Eyes were lost because of the fact that Maestro was picked on early and finished by a Twitch drone, but the Yokais were there ultimately to save the round. That and the fact that Legion had such an excellent crossfire that if it came down to it, the smart aggression that we saw from Intense backing off, coming forward when he needed to, switching back and forth between passive and aggressive, like you said, really did play heavily into that round. It switched from a one-body advantage for LetsFetz into a one-body advantage for HolyRayn. Now, are we going to see kind of the same pattern that we did last map, where the defending rounds go back and forth and we finish with a 3-3, or is Rayn really going to take control in the defending rounds as they are defending first again for this map?
For sure, and if my memory serves me correct, it was 3-3 going into the half on bank after HolyRayn won their first defense, lost their second, won their third and fourth, and lost their fifth and sixth. So
yes,
it was very back and forth, and as a spectator, I'm hoping to see a bit more of that. If I'm a Rayn player, I'm hoping we just smash it out, get 5 or 6 under our belts, and we close it out very quickly and move on to the side of order.
Now, Rayn has absolutely been ones to pull out interesting strats, and I think they're living up to that expectation right now. As we see, I think a Black Mirror is going to be placed in bathroom while they have reinforcements going down in the corner there of main lobby and piano. So not only is there a castle leading from main lobby into piano, I think they have a Black Mirror on the bathroom there, and they're just kind of watching over each portion of the top part, because we know that with a buck being on the board, piano is monumentous in terms of that hold. But Twitch will shoot one of the Black Mirrors.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on that Black Mirror. I'm not too sure of its purpose. I'm not too sure if there was a castle barricade on the window Twitch is on currently. I didn't quite catch that, but putting a mirror window there is a bit stupid. I'm going to use that word, because it really is. Because castle barricades are not the end all of the strat. They can be easily destroyed by a sledge, any hide breacher, if you want to use that utility, a nade, because they can be punched open, for God's sake. So relying on a castle barricade to hold that mirror isn't wise whatsoever. As we'll see Legion pick up the first kill onto the book again. Vertical play, God, and they've been good. They've been good these last 2 rounds of stopping that vertical play. And defenders
really showing soft roaming capabilities here.
Defenders holding bathroom and piano very hard, but it's working for them. Attackers are stalling out, but they'll drop down the backside, or at least one of them will. And potentially the backside takers, they can't really get this garage open, or if they can't get the garage open, they can't really plant there because of the holes above and the presence above.
Absolutely. They knew Mira was still in bathroom there as she drops down into garage, but 2 kills will be taken down, and that is 2 kills for the castle on the board. And now Echo gets a frag. Now it's a 1v5 in the way of Rayn here. It's Thermite. He has possession of the diffuser. He's all the way back by the car. An excellent shot from the Echo will be the final elimination of the round.
We have a holographic as well. Oh, that's a nice shot. Great shot with that holographic as well. Normally people win ACOG, but he's showing he doesn't need it. And we'll see a downstairs victory for them as they go upstairs. And
what a flurry of bodies there.
For sure, and something I'm picking up on, HolyRayn are consistently bringing one operator. Now, can you guess what operator that is?
I
I'll
would
give you
say
one
that's
guess.
Castle.
It
Castle,
is the
Legion.
castle. It's the castle. They brought them on, I believe, every single round on Bank, and they have done the same on Consulate. So maybe something for teams to look into in the future. I'm just putting it out there that they look like they're heavily invested in these castle setups.
Absolutely, and I'm
And, I
happy
mean,
you
it's
mentioned the
worked-
fact
it's
that
worked for them,
castles aren't
so-
end-all be-all, because you're absolutely true in stating that, because putting too much trust in a singular castle is not the way to go for these strats. I don't know if there was a castle on that window or on that door leading to bathroom, but that ultimately shot the bathroom strat of having 2 black mirrors out of the water completely.
I mean, it wasn't the end of the world. They still won the round very, very comfortably, might I add. But it's still, if a team now knows that strat, let's say LetsFetz come round to their second time attacking that. They know their setup, they know the strat. They get that mirror early and capitalise on that mirror. They find a way to utilise that mirror in a way which means you can't play Bathroom anymore. They put someone in the hallway, you get rid of the Legion who was playing that piano, potentially. You put someone in that hallway safely, and they can use that open mirror to stop that mirror really peeking the door of Bathroom, using her mirror to piano, potentially. Especially if you bring a book, which they have been doing quite frequently. You bring a book, you burn out any ADSs with that thatch or some flashbangs or severe concussions, you nade that mirror, that's Bathroom control.
That's
quickly.
huge for the attacking team, because of the fact that those are one of those strats that can play against the defending team very easily, very quickly. They would have control of bathroom hatch. They have the mirror watching piano for if you want to support your buck while he does vertical plays, or a black mirror watching down the bottom tier of yellow for flank rotates. So I think you're absolutely correct in saying that. But here we have Geo tossing a nade unsuccessfully, eliminating anyone. But 2 eliminations from the Maestro.
That was a jump out. I think that was a jump out. It was a jump out from the windows, I think. That's a great read there. That's calculated aggression right there.
Absolutely, and that's 2 electronics destroyers down for LetsFetz. That's a Thatcher into Twitch off the board, so it's now a 5v3 in the way of Rain. Now we have 2 attacking operators repelling on the same window while Buck is kind of watching over yellow skylight. They have 1:30 per a ton amount of time left on the board. However, they're going to have to readjust. They're going to have to reassess their push and how exactly they want to go forward with it. Speaking of which, a refrag will occur, and now that is the Jaeger off the board for Rain. Now it's a 4v3. That's only a 1-body makeup there. They still have 2 bodies repelling. They're really wanting to go for this B push, but this castle here is just going to be kind of pre-firing and laying havoc while they, while he hears them switching the windows, going up and down on the rappel. So now it's still 4v3, minute left. Time is being burned while they're kind of trying to figure out as to what is going on and how they want to assess. But the smoke here is going to be the monumentous play overall because of the fact that he has ultimate advantage of sight. But speaking of which, Intense securing another kill for his team, and the castle getting yet another. Now it's all up to Sophia at the bottom tier of yellow. This was the lone operator for the attack team while the other 2 were on the rappel. So now Dace will be looking at Skylight and ultimately eliminated. That's a 2nd elimination for Intense that round. What excellent angle play and a lack of overzealous peaks there. Those were very smartly done.
Now, what I've noticed on this map in particular is HolyRayn are holding these positions which nades can very easily sort out. However, they're double stacking ADSs in positions where they know they have to hold, like the yellow stairs. So, why aren't LetsFetz saying, Capital's just got a buff, his firebolts are now stupidly broken, bring him.
Absolutely, and the ADS is not affecting the bolts. It's huge.
That would have solved the castle. That would have got rid of anyone playing yellow. That would have got rid of the mirror in bathroom on that garage attack. It could have solved so many issues. And
absolutely.
Them maybe not reading into that, maybe overlooking the utility Capital brings, because on an upstairs attack, Capital is a very strong operator. If you can get control of them yellow stairs, you can smoke off your plant, you can firebolt off the main door. You can firebolt for any rotations they have. And as long as they don't have a pulse, which is actually banned, and a Valkyrie, which is banned, you're good to plant. Since the Marshal cam, you shoot it. You've got a Twitch catcher, which they're religiously bringing right now. To deal with these Marshals, after Marshals nerf. So, they have the utility at their disposal to easily take this site. But they just didn't choose to. And I think they're not using their utility wisely.
It's very much so versus the operator I want to play versus the one we need to play. And you're absolutely right in speaking of the recent Capitale buff in terms of the fact that it spreads across more area but does less damage. I mean, that's the fact that there are no ADSs affecting the crossbolts whatsoever. That's huge in terms of their push there, and it could have been the straw that broke the camel's back for the defending team's hold. I think overall, Rayn had just an excellent hold on that site. They were very much so well managed. They had people playing really every spot that an IGL would want them to play, in my opinion. Someone on yellow stairs, it was a smoke with, I believe, 3 beauty canisters ready to toss right on over in case they wanted a diffuser going down. Castle sitting at kind of the connector long desk, really just bouncing back and forth between sites, and overall just really coordinated along with Legion on top of Spiral. So any rotations that were done last second, anything to switch the push in general, were to really of no use because of the fact that they were just so in tight. They had a body advantage and they were just so very much so comfortable with where they were at. But here we are, still 2 minutes left in this round. A lot of repel play we're seeing from LetsFetz, especially with Nomad and Thatcher. They're doing a great job at droning in their entries.
I have noticed that they are doing a lot of repelling, and doing a lot of repelling, you can bring your favourite operator, Cash. That
my
is a
crutch
Blackbeard.
BB.
And the way they're playing their repel operators, you have a Nomad who brings so much utility in flank watch, which is extremely risky to put her on repel, because if she gets run out on, that is so much utility gone to waste. And as I talk about utility, Maestro will get a kill onto the sledge. Luckily used both his nades, but
an injury will occur for the attacking team as well. Thatcher is now down. So realistic, we're looking at a 3v5 in the way of now a 2v5 in the
now
way
1v5.
of Rayn here.
As Maestro's going ham, have they not turned out this Maestro? Are there no cool saying this Maestro is on these stairs? That is the 3rd kill he has got from that exact position.
He's got a hollow and he's not afraid to show it. He's really just laying down. He's got 81 round mag, and none of which has gone to waste, I feel. Thatcher's still down. There's no way for a recovery. There's 30 seconds left. The repel will be occurring into bathroom for the Twitch of LetsFetz.
There we go.
And will be punished.
And that came down. That was even if you had brought a Blackbeard, that's it. Let's just skip over the Blackbeard talk for a second. There is a huge overlurking issue with that round.
Drone
the Maestro.
That is a 3 armor, 1 speed. He is not going to rotate quick.
Can we just appreciate quickly how LetsFetz have got 3 kills this entire map?
Ooh, I did not see the scoreboard. There's an assist. There's an assist.
Now, okay. Stats. Right. So, this is the HolyRayn. Everyone knows. They are sweeping aside the team they're playing against. Now, I don't know if LetsFetz had somehow counter-stratted HolyRayn on bank or something like that. Because LetsFetz looked like they were comfortable on bank, a lot more comfortable than HolyRayn. But HolyRayn got a million times better.
We were really on the opposite sides of the coin because you were rooting for Rayn, and the more I saw Fetz improving, the mirror almost blew the 4 legs off the castle there. The more I saw Fetz improving and adapting towards, yeah, oh Jesus, this gave me anxiety watching this preparation thing. But I was really rooting for the underdog here because of the fact that Rayn already has a reputation. LetsFetz, I was you know, the fact they took map 1 and in a 4-round clean sweep the way that they did on the fending, and it's kind of coming back around full circle, you know, it's a little disheartening. I still think, you know, we can see rounds put on the board. There's a reason for 2 different phases, and the fact that they only go to match point. But you're 100% correct there. I mean, Rayn really just pulling away with it. The fact that they just the intricate strats weren't working on Bank. The interesting strats on Consulate, however, the way that this map plays, I think the meta just overall is absolving to the fact that they're playing very smart. They're playing. There's a lot of angles that they are overall taking advantage of. They're not getting greedy.
Oh god, it's a blitz rush. We'll see Castle pick up a kill onto 1 for Tomat, refrags that, so that's the Castle going down, but Twitch also is going down. Blitz very low HP right now. As Tomat's going to go down while playing Diffuser. It's a great punch hole there from the Echo. Blitz very low. It's currently in security. As they've sort of gone to desperate measures right now. As the Jaeger pick up the kill onto 1, but Buck will refrag that. But both attacks now very low. 2 minutes left. They could regroup. They could go for a different attack, but they're too deep right now. As the Echo going to pick up the kill onto the Buck, as Buck does not see the punch hole. It's all up to the Blitz in a 1v3. And he'll go down to the Echo. Echo with a great round there. And the attacker's throwing that.
Hands down, the MVP of that round was the punch hole. And no argument there. That Echo, I believe that was 3 eliminations that round, 3 or 4.
3 eliminations, 2 due to the punch hole, and 1 denied the plank going down.
Yes, I would be immensely frustrated if I was on the other side of that punch hole because of the fact that the Fuser was going down very quickly. I don't know if you noticed when Buck and Blitz were the last 2 alive for the attacking team, there was still 2 minutes left in the round. I mean, 2 full minutes left in that round.
They played that NA style. They went for their kills.
Yes, they did. It was very gun heavy, but overall the calmness from Rayn that we saw, the easy assessment, the rotations, just breathing in, breathing out, along with that punch hole. I mean, it's one of the oldest tricks in the book. Just prone, put a punch hole in a random wall, and just watch them drone you out, but not really drone you out, or push in, but not watch everything around. There was no one covering. I believe that was Zofia putting down the diffuser. Blitz ran into the other room. It was ultimately all up to someone planting the diffuser.
My question is, you bring the Blitz, right, and your plan is to go for this backside take. Why? I mean, I understand why, but would it not have been better to not bring the Thermite? Maybe bring another frag heavy operator, because for all Thermite's guns are great, he's not a 3-speed, and he doesn't have the utility to kill. He's used it to open things up, not to shoot people in the face.
They could have played that very equidistant between the 2 sites. They could have had Blitz and Zofia push the back, possibly Buck, and then, you know, in the event that there was someone Cade tricking or Bandit tricking, that's all of the attention going to the back. They could have taken advantage of that, had a Thatcher and a Thermite blow open main wall, and then had all of them rotate out. I mean, that was 2 full minutes. They could have absolutely, you know, put their foot into sight, you know, it got shot up a little bit, and they may have lost the player, and then kind of just rotate back out. Thermite now has the wall open, and they could have played around with the fact that there's a distraction, there's a diversion, if you will. And overall, it's not a push ending thing. But they will just drone out and spot the smoke on Yellow Stairs where he's frequently been playing. Yellow Skylight, in my opinion, is a little bit of a dangerous place to kind of play back and forth because very pre-fired, yet with the ACOGs very much so manageable, especially the 2 ADSs, and we have Buck as Geo.
I mean,
as you said earlier.
Both the ADSs have been thatched from the roof, so it's a case of, you know, they're going to get rid of. They're going to go very, very quickly. They did it last round. So why? I don't know why you play there, but why not put them in a different place where they won't be saturated as easily? On the floor by the pillar, maybe.
That's where I was. That's exactly what I wanted to get at.
You're putting them half the way up the wall, as close to the roof as you can. That's not smart play. I actually see the Twitch, the kill onto the castle, and that's getting rid of that castle very early on. Who gave him a lot of problems. Jaeger's gonna refrag that.
Absolutely, it was an excellent, you know, taking advantage of where there were weaknesses in the defense hold, but here we have a
There's no
lot
bucket.
of. I believe there's a body or two in connector and possibly in sight now. It seems to be kind of just shooting back and forth across long desk. Marks will be going down. Geo will eliminate the smoke off the board. He is in bathroom. However, a refrag will occur from Jaeger onto, I believe that is the Thatcher. So now here we have a 3v3. It's equal bodies. However, the diffuser's going down. No one's contesting it. The Evil Eyes are not stopping it. A flashbang will be tossed into the other site. The diffuser is down. There's 2 bodies in B site. They have the Maestro kind of peeking back and forth. Jaeger securing his second or third. I believe that's his second for this round. Third? Okay, absolutely. And here we have Maestro
Marshall
rotating in
picked
the
up
connector.
Marshall picked up 2 and 6-0 sweep on the defense. And there's not a lot you can say. That was a great retake by the defenders. And LetsFetz just don't look prepped for this map. It's their map pick, but they don't look ready.
I
don't
couldn't
look
agree
like
with you more.
they have the correct tools to take some of these sites. You don't need, let's say, a Nomad if you're going for this very one-dimensional take where you can just use a Claymore to watch your flank. And you can bring someone like a Capital, like a Glaz, like a Blackbeard to your betterment by sticking them on the window, watching the angle, a bit more smoke while you're planting, firebolts to cover off rotations. Like,
Say, I'm happy you're mentioning all this because I'm flat out not seeing any smokes go down. I'm not seeing a
Yes,
whole
that
lot
is-
of diffuser
they're not
coverage.
bringing smoke.
And no, I didn't even see a single air jab go down. I'm seeing a lot of operators getting picked without the utility behind them being used. And overall, that round was just flat out hectic. I think LetsFetz played that smart for the first portion. I mean, they had bodies in. That was very unexpected. They were able to injure and finish off the smoke. Geo played that smart as a buck with a rotate. A little overzealous as the Maestro was able to peek him and frag him out from the top of yellow from long desk because of the fact that he wasn't holding an angle from yellow. I mean, they were kind of just in positions to be in positions. They weren't holding the diffuser. They weren't holding a pixel. That buck was just a free kill, just wandering, it seemed like. And it's so sad to see because in 10 seconds previously, he eliminated the smoke and he was very, very opportunistic in the position that he was in. He could have held the angle from the rotate hole. And the fact that there was the reinforcement in the left side of the wall of bathroom wall, he couldn't have been easily wall banged as I believe it was IJM, the Maestro, was trying to do. So it seemed to be just a little bit of sloppiness in terms of player-to-player base.
For sure, and we'll see LetsFetz on their first defense now. And to stay in this map, they have to win 6 in a row. And they won 4 in a row. They actually won 6 rounds in a row on Bank. There were over 2 attacks, 4 defenses.
You are right. Yes, you are.
They
you're
have to do it
absolutely right.
again. But this time, they have no momentum. They had momentum when they did it on the defense, when they won 4. They had the momentum from the 2 attacking rounds. This time, it's 0-6 against them. They have 0 momentum. They have to fight now. They have to dig from the bottom and fight their way up. And Ash is going to get mowed down by the Maestro, and that's a good start.
Absolutely. I think with that castle charge and that drone out of the way, along with 2 bodies having a decent crossfire, watching over the east side of that site, it is monumentous in gaining the momentum back. But I'm happy you did mention that because they did win the 6 rounds in a row. We're looking at when Norangu originally entered the scene and they were down by 6 points, and I believe they won 5 in a row, and it was the very last round they were not able to succumb to. But here we have the Thermite. Is he going to fall victim to the series of peek holes in connector? They know he's there, however, he's not going to peek it. The second elimination will happen. That is the Twitch off the board now, and that is the first kill for the castle of LetsFetz. So we have, I believe, all 3 attackers at long desk here. The Thermite charge will go down. It's looking like as if it's going to be an A push. The Claymore's down, however, now an elimination will go down for the attacking team. That is the Legion off the board. Now it seems as if they're in sight, uncontested. The castle barricade is blocking off sight from the other or visuals from the other site. So IQ and Thatcher may be kind of playing from top of Spiral. Maestro backed off into the top portion of Archives there, or admin, sorry.
Now, why has Thermite I'm scratching my head. He has to fuse. There's 30 seconds left, and he's rotated to the other side. Does he not know he has the fuser?
I think he may have forgotten. He could not be further away from his two teammates, and if he gets solo picked off, it's the end of the round. But
That's
the Maestro here is going to...
And he won't. The fuser eventually going down now from the Thermite.
It's
a lobby take, that's why. I thought that was a top floor. They put so much utility in that top floor. I legitimately thought that was a top floor take.
As did I, and I tried to correct myself. Unfortunately, there was just so much going on, but I think it paid off. The amount of utility going up there. We saw, we've been saying,
they wasted their entire 3 minutes on that
absolutely.
Top floor. And that's something you want from a hold. Now I realise that was their hold. That's a great hold. Like they did that so well.
And we don't see those kind of strats from LetsFetz. We're kind of seeing the opposite side of the coin here. We usually see these interesting strats from Rayn, and now we have LetsFetz. They held the top so securely, we thought the top portions were the site. And so when Thermite's on the other side of the map, 33 seconds are left of the round, and they finally just rotate into lobby. I mean, that's easy pickings for an Evil Eye after Maestro guns down the Thatcher skipper, I believe it was, in Connector. And it just overall fell apart with a 2v4, 2v3, I believe it was 2v3 scenario where one of the attackers is sitting at 20 HP.
But the thing is now, that could be LetsFetz best site. And they have to win 5 rounds still, and they cannot afford to lose a single round. So, similar to the case to Straight with 1-1, now let's drive for the other 5, because you can't, it's not like you can have a day off now, or a round off. You have to turn up every single round now for the next 5. It's going to really test effort.
It's flat out. You need to clean up what needs to be cleaned up, or this game or this map is lost. There is still the opportunity for a third map to be present. However, you know, are they going to have the momentum to be brought to a third map? Because it seems as if a common theme is them just starting off with not a lot of momentum, not a whole lot of what they can do.
I mean, LetsFetz are 1-0 up right now, so if they lose this, they're going to border. They're going to have to really drag this out if they want to not go to border, which is going to mean they have to win 7 out of the next 8 rounds maximum, and 5 of them have to be in a row now, and then they can afford to drop 1 in OT. That's a tall task for any team.
Absolutely. IQ will spot the Legion at the end, all the way in admin. Shots will be exchanged, none will connect, however, pre-fires will occur at each other. Jaeger is still sitting in the other room, waiting to see if he can rotate out. Wallbangs will be trying to ensure, however, they will not finish. There's a lot of drone marking going down, but not a whole lot of backup for his IQ. I think this IQ's lone pushing, as we kind of seen from the roam clearing from Rayn before. However, it seems as if they just dropped it. Intense will secure the first elimination, and that is the Legion. Speaking of which, that's the second elimination. It's Legion and Jaeger off the board. 3v5 in the way of Rayn. It's very early bodies. Minute 30 left, huge amount of time. Rayn has all the time in the world to play with. They have map establishments because of the fact that the roamers did rotate out, and it looks to be as if they were both just immediately cut off onto yellow. There's a Monty sitting half health. That's going to be huge for if they're going to try to get the plant down anyway with the 2-man advantage that they have. This IQ is going to be sitting at Spiral, droning everything out. They're taking it slow. They did open up main wall. Echo will be injured as they push into the site. Geo will be rotating off. Maestro is in lockers. They may try to recover their fallen teammate here because of the fact that Yokai is going to be watching over main wall. So it's still sitting at 3v5, a minute left, plenty of time for the attacking team It's 20 HP on the Echo, but thankfully the Monty is low if they're looking in terms of a retake if it comes down to that kind of scenario. Geo's playing the
great
pipes.
shotgun blast. But he'll get
Very tight
refurb.
angle. Oh, absolutely. Now it's a 2v4. The diffuser is going down. I don't know if the Yokais were shot or the Echo's just not aware of it. He's not trying to stop this plant. Marks are going down. He's checking both sides. He spots a Thermite, tags some shots. That's not enough to land the elimination. He sees that Thermite went all the way to the top of the stairs. They have 4 bodies left with the 2 defenders trying to take a wall that has been opened up twice.
IQ of the double, and we're going to go to border for our 3rd map as LetsFetz lose their map pick 7-1 on Consulate, and that felt like a new Rain, which we saw from Bank.
That seemed as if a very cleaned up Rain took place. I don't know if it was, just trying to establish the synergy they knew they had, or if it was the very colorful Monty right there that we just saw really take it for him. Very much so, valiant efforts from both teams. Although it's a 7-1, I would just like to note the fact that it's very much so back and forth. It's not 5 bodies are still on the board for Rain at the end of